Thank you, President Jones, and good morning, members of the board. I'll start my comments this morning regarding an update that Mr. Cohen had done at the Finance and Administration Committee yesterday. Calpers has filed a lawsuit to protect member assets after discovering that a 25-year employee had illegally accessed 10 dormant retiree accounts and fraudulently directed approximately $685,000 to bank accounts in her control. Our 2,800 employees and professionals who work at Calpers take a lot of pride in serving our 2.1 million members with the highest degree of professionalism, integrity, and accountability. That this could have happened in the first place is really unacceptable. This employee is no longer employed by Calpers. The employee's actions were an abuse of her access, a breach of her fiduciary responsibility, and a betrayal of coworkers and all dedicated public employees. We have notified the 10 affected members and will make their accounts whole. We also notified all members who have email addresses on file with us. Over 1 million members were notified directly through that channel. We notified all 2,800 employees, and we notified our stakeholders through our stakeholder distribution list. Our website has this information as well as a copy of the lawsuit that we filed on Friday. Since this breach, all dormant accounts have been locked, and a new policy was immediately implemented that would require 3 levels of security to access any of these accounts. Calpers will exhaust every legal opportunity to recover the money that was stolen from these victims. And again, we're fully committed to the safety and protection of our members' retirement assets. Moving now to our return to work and remote work. As California begins to move forward with its reopening plan, we are closely watching the guidance coming from the governor's office as well as health officials. As more people have become eligible, which is great news, to be vaccinated, we're providing an increasing amount of communication to keep our members and our team current on the issues as they evolve. In addition, our health team stays closely in contact with our health plans through quarterly business reviews that provide timely COVID-19 updates on a number of metrics and measurements that are important to the system. How California's reopening will affect our return to office plan is still uncertain at this time. Some of us may be able to begin returning to the office sometime in late July or early August, but how many and at what pace does remain to be decided. As we have from the start of this pandemic over a year ago, we take our guidance from the state and from public health experts. For now, we'll maintain our remote environment for the majority of our team and revisit our plans in the coming month or two. The ongoing remote work plan means continuing to serve our members virtually also. We've just completed our second virtual Calpers Benefits education event of the year. And like the other 2 we've held virtually, attendance for this one was also very high. We offered 20 classes over 2 days that attracted just under 5,000 attendees, the majority of whom attended on both days. We did take in member feedback or participant feedback and added an interactive information center that allowed members to connect directly with our team for live questions in 19 different rooms. And those rooms received almost 2,000 visits. Another enhancement that we made was a resource center that provided topic-specific informational materials that members could download. It was accessed over 1,000 times. Satisfaction ratings for the classes and the event overall were in the high 90th percentile, which has been a positive trend. And our website data shows an encouraging trend there as well, that members are taking time to further explore more resources on their own. Turning back to the Finance and Administration Committee meeting, yesterday you were presented with the proposed fiscal year 21-22 budget for the organization. For the 5th consecutive year, we've held our positions flat. We've used our enterprise pooling plan to shift personnel where needed based on either customer expectations and customer needs or workload demands. And this has especially been true in our frontline customer service areas and in particular our contact center. The budget does include increases over the prior year due to factors aligned with our strategic goals or that are mandated, such as the likelihood that employee pay cuts implemented last year would be restored. I want to also note here that in response to the governor's call for a $5 million reduction in operating costs, at least as it would apply to Calpers for fiscal year 21-22, our proposed budget does exceed that target by $4.7 million for a total reduction of $9.7 million, less than the original 2021 budget. Turning now to some outreach activities. In the last few weeks, I've participated in a number of events around climate risk and human capital related discussions with the World Economic Forum, as well as with our partners at Inclusive Capitalism. We're taking an active role in these organizations to build a risk framework that can be applied to all of the asset classes when it comes to our sustainable investments. We need to ensure that the kind of risk framework we're talking about can be applied across the entire portfolio, so the effects of climate change or human capital or governance can be considered when we evaluate the risk we would be making in an investment decision we're taking today. And it is understandable from time to time, we do get questions about whether investors like Calpers, who have a fiduciary duty to paying member benefits, should be so focused on these issues. But it is important to remember that our goal is to understand the long-term risks in the investment decisions, again, that we're making today. Staying engaged with our stakeholders and our members associations is equally important. And last week I had the opportunity to speak with members of the California School Employees Association during their annual retiree day. It was an event that brought several districts together from the Central Coast region to Southern California. And I really appreciated being invited to speak with them and to provide an update about the work we have ahead of us this year. This is one of my favorite aspects of the job, and I'm looking forward to doing more of these, either virtually or as the state reopens. Turning now to some internal activities, we recently announced the recipients of this year's Calpers Apex Award, which honors our team members for their dedication and commitment to excellence and service to our members. This year, we honored 21 team members. And these 21 team members were all nominated by their peers. And to be a recipient, they also have a peer review of that application. In the time that I've been here, award recipients have certainly expressed their appreciation for the recognition coming from their peer group. But above all, they're really proud to be of service to Calpers and our members. We will hold a virtual award ceremony for them all next month. So just would like to wish congratulations to all of the recipients. On to June board activities. So looking ahead to the next time we meet for our full board meetings, we'll continue our work with the asset liability management process by reviewing the capital market assumptions. And then the health team will be providing preliminary health rate premiums for your review. And I'll close now with investment returns. And so fiscal year to date is 15. The 1 year to date is 25.5. This is through March 31st. The 5 year is 9.6. The 10 year is 8.1. And the 20 year is 6.8. And that does conclude my report, President Jones.